G'day everyone, welcome to some more Farming Simulator. Let's have a play. So this is the Felsbrunn map, right where the last video ended. So first things first, gonna have a snooze. Hold on, I didn't check the time, 8 o'clock. Out, back in. $10 hours will make us 6 o'clock in the morning. There you go, nice and early. There we go. Go for a little walk around. So why are we actually lagging again is a bit bizarre. It does this. What's the wrong one? I'm just, give me 1 second, make sure there's nothing else running, no silly Windows updates, because that's normally what causes this computer to lag. Good. No, I don't. Because actually my whole computer is lagging, it's pretty bizarre. Oh, close out of some things. Better? Better. There we go. That sped it all up. 80%. So what I want to do now, today, on this little live stream we got going on here, is I'm going to finish off Felsbrunn. So this is been my time-lapse save game and everything I've been doing on it. And today I want to just finish harvesting this sugar cane and just about say goodbye to it all. Been a great map, but we'll get on with it all. So highest place for sugarcane, southeast. That's a long way away. How much we got to save? What's $100 in it? So yep, I got Port Southeast it is. Let's go for a bit of a drive. Ah, come on. There we go. Well, if we go to south, then I should be able to pick up the new trailers. I'm planning on getting a couple extra trailers for this job here. Make it a bit easier because I was having issues loading this in the with the hired help on the sugarcane harvester itself. So it'll be pretty quick because that's under a lease. But set it all up. So alright, I've just released my video of me making my map. I'm pretty happy with how the map's turned out. If you've all been on my Discord, you've seen all the pictures of it and seen the last video I did of it. So that was how far we're going to go. We'll go next roundabout. Whoa, whoa. Someone's got the sensitivity turned up heaps on the Xbox controller. Yep. That makes it hard. Oh, hey, Waffle Slime. Thanks for jumping in and having a look around at, you know, me live. Just drive around. So this is my Felsbrunn time lapse video. So we got, so I'm finishing off just harvesting some sugarcane. is does the stream look alright? Everything coming all along pretty good? Hopefully the quality's there. If I stop, you know, being a spastic driver. Be almost back to the keyboard just because of simplicity. Yeah, let's go keyboard style. Where'd I get my license? A Wheaties packet. Jeez, this is terrible driving today. Yeah, I finally started my in real life farm map. I'm very happy with it. It looks pretty good. I've just worked out how to place things, and then just started placing some trees and some in-game buildings. Just probably bring the... Massey loves to drive over everything. I don't get lost. Trying to go around some buildings. Let's try and not get stuck. So, which we already are. Oh well, this is a bit mic'd down a bit. Yeah, I can turn it down or turn it up, whatever's suitable. I can't hear it, so I hear myself now, but it depends on the volume of my hair. Depends on my volume, really, so I drive better than you. Yeah, not really. Today has been pretty... haven't been a good effort. We got it. Oh, we're gonna go to the next, past the next building. To think of how many times I've been here and I still get lost. There we go. Should bring in some cash now, hopefully. Oh, it's getting jackknife. I only do that occasionally when I go backwards. There you go, 17 grand. That's pretty good. Now I should be able to get a couple of new trailers now. Try and get this harvest done a lot quicker. ETS2. Well, I do a lot better on... I can't play ETS2 or ATS without my wheel. I completely like jackknife it on the keyboard. So nothing but the steering wheel for that. So yeah. Well, I've had a few hiccups since the last video on my real map. So I did the video, got all sweet, found an error, had to restart it all. I couldn't solve an error. Ended up restarting so much. All the images I've uploaded is basically version 2 of the map already. It's been an eventful ride, so I put all this effort in it, but it was good. I reckon it was good because I learned how to muck around and learn how to set the game up. Yeah, I don't know how do I do that. Give me a sec. I get distracted playing the game more than actually. So we'll just jump into the shop. Here you go. I want to get some sugarcane stuff. What do we got? We got 28 grand, so we can't afford much. 20,000. But I'm thinking we either go. Oh, hold on. I pushed the wrong button again, didn't I? Can we hook? Yeah, we can tag these along. 28,000. So if we lease 2 of these, we can play some jackknifing fun. Yeah, it didn't take me long to restart it. Hold on. I'll see if I can play with the chat. There we go. I think I've got you as a moderator now. So we can have some chat. Yeah, I don't know. Sugarcane's not too... It's a bit different. Oh look, there's my ute. Oh, we gotta go... Joys of this, having all these attachments on. I don't know, I think the sugarcane's pretty good to harvest. It's just... You just gotta set the worker to do it. And walk along. It's just as bad as doing just as bad as doing silage. Yeah, I probably should set you as a moderator on my Discord as well. I'll add that in when I finish. Oh, wrong button. There we go. How to get unstuck. Let's do some keyboard driving. Yeah, left, right. I got the steering sensitivity pretty high on the Xbox controller, so I can back up easier, but it's very, very low on the keyboard for a change. You can only play on PS4. I reckon I need to drop this front off, but we'll drop it off at the house. Yeah, I found the same with 17 for ages till I've basically upgraded my PC. I had to pretty much play. I bought an Xbox and just played on the Xbox, and then I got used to doing so. 17 was all on my Xbox, so no mods. Well, only the mods that are on Mod Hub. No cheating, because there is no cheat, so you can't just open the XML file on an Xbox. Pretty much did most of 17, and until I started recording for YouTube, which is then I went on to everything, running onto my computer, and that's helped it. Oh, that's a bit cruel banning from workers. You have to use a worker for the cane though. How else are you going to drive along beside the combine, the harvester? Yeah, we'll just unhook the front here. There it goes. So I don't have as many buttons to push. Because I think I picked all the bales up. So I think I had to sell them because I ran out of money, so I had to pick all the bales up and sell them. From memory, yep, they're on the back of that, and I just left that at the shop. Well, that was very clever. Oh, there's a bit of cash sitting there in those straw bales. I find the weeds. Oh, you did it manually. Yeah, if you had your friend driving at the same time, it would have been pretty good. Never doing that again. I reckon it'd be good with a couple of carters. Too bad we can't really set too high workers, and I just go from the sale point to the next one. See what he does. Ah, wrong tab. That one. There we go. See, and this is what happens. It just doesn't go in there. Ah, let's go. Enable cruise. Come on. First trailer. Yeah, I reckon it'd be easier because then you'd be able to really get the same speed and it'll be working a lot nicer. So it's doing like this, but it's not even going in the trailer. There we go. So you can't be like close like you can with silage. Hey Lloyd Christmas, thanks for joining. How you going, mate? I'm trying to harvest some sugarcane. The worker's going to say stop very soon. Oh, we're going to turn around. Sack him. Done. So the problem is if it's not going in, it's going out the back. There we go. Because this doesn't have a storage bit for it. Oh, I'm too close again. I reckon I should do this. There you go. We'll come back for that. There you go. Now we're harvesting. All that effort. I reckon next time we're doing cotton. I think I've had enough of the sugar cane. I don't know, I've never done sugar cane, so this is my first time on it. Surprisingly. I'm just so used to doing everything else. Yeah, I can totally tell it's annoying. You really got to get your gap right, and you can't sit on your previous working. And then you just stop. See, I reckon with your mate driving, it'd be a lot easier. Oh, is he moving? Yes. Yeah, I can see why. It's definitely something you should be doing as multiplayer. And then we do spastic things like this. Back it up it is. Yeah, crossplay would be awesome with the if we're farming simulator, so we could, you know, between say console and computer. Got him to go. Push. I thought this would be easier. If I wasn't so short on money, just cultivate it into the ground, plough it in. I wonder if we go B on the tractor, what will happen? No, can't hire anyone. I thought this was going to be easy, to be honest. And this is what happens. There you go. Come fall in. At least it fills up pretty quick. Got it, and then we hit a trailer. Ah, wrong. Somehow I think we should fast forward time and then just make it all grow. So I'm thinking we're going to do that. Now I've sort of got my pattern, I think. As long as I don't stuff it up completely. It's almost like ploughing. You can only be like 2 meters apart. So used to with the harvesters going a bit further. Yeah, the auto find's not very good. It's not like, I'm surprised they didn't get it quite as accurate. It's like a silage, you can scope it out a bit more. I'm surprised you can't hook it on behind like a silage harvester. That would be a lot nicer. Yeah. Anyway, let's just do this for a second. Hit tab 1,000 times. How's our harvest going? Oh, it's just that little patch I'm stuffed up on that's left to go, isn't it? Do the rest ready to harvest properly? By the looks of it, it is. We're going to have issues with this. I reckon we can, I'll give it a minute. At least we haven't got cane toads. Not the cane toads, no! Destroy everything. I'll give it a minute. We'll see what happens, and then we'll slow down time just so we stop speeding. We'll let it grow. So I reckon we'll speed time up for a little bit. It'll probably be like 2 PM or 3 PM in the afternoon, judging by game. So, and then we'll stop time. We'll go back to real time or something, and we won't let go. So let's have a quick watch of that, and I'll be back in a second. Well, that hasn't grown very well. What makes in real life farming the worst? I'm going to go with, is this in my farming or just cane toads and sugar cane, because that's not pretty good. But on my farm, what makes it the worst? I don't know. It's sort of, I work basically family farm. Do everything. So I guess hours you work is probably the worst bit, because I can end up working pretty long hours. Let's take this for a run. I think we'll go around to the other side of the field and then we can work our way backwards. Yeah, me. So I'd probably go with the hours of work, just because it's not the fact of long hours. I don't mind working 14-hour days. That's just what I do in real life, just to get the farming done. It's I do it every 7 days, so you don't have the time off. So what happens is I'm working, but because I've got staff under me, I've got to make sure they're always working and get it all organised for them. So if I have the day off, I've still got to get it right for them. So we'll slow this time down again. I reckon we'll go time 5. You're going to have to watch me, so as long as I don't go too long, because I want the time right. I don't really want to leave today, otherwise we'll pay too much in lease fees. And so this is the trick I've learnt, is if you lease equipment or you're paying wages, slow your clock time down. That's all I play with, is clock time. So you slow it down so that you're not paying as much as for everything else. Never do grain farm. Oh, I wouldn't say it's hard. I just say I don't know. I don't mind farming. Farming's pretty good. I'd almost say farming for animals is harder than grain. Grain, you can turn off. You can have the weekend off. If the fields are right, you go back to work. Farming videos at 8 hours at an airport. Well, I can't say I've always done that. I watch probably farming simulator videos. I've done a whole weekend of doing that, watching everyone else's, but it's a little bit. Yeah, I like watching some farming videos, seeing how everyone else does it, try and seeing what's different. I pushed the wrong button, didn't I? Because I pushed. There we go. Got him. I pushed B on the keyboard, which is B on an Xbox controller, so I got the hide help thing wrong. And me being nice and organised, look, I left things out in the middle of the field. Yeah, I'd say I didn't do that at real life, but I do. I end up leaving stuff everywhere. You put it out of the way, just go, yeah, I'll clean that up later, and then later never really comes. Come on. Oh, we got that closer. The zone to pick this up is pretty much. Are you going to do? I don't have a camera yet. Yeah, I haven't got it. I was at the stage of sorting that out, and then I'm like, started doing my map, and I'm getting so much more out of my map than just doing in real life farming videos. I'm actually extremely happy of making my in real life basically farm as a map. And then the hide help is stuck because we didn't go quite to the end. Typical. This is the worst bit I find about it. He drives all along without going in, but then he gets stuck right here at the last 2 minutes. There you go. That's what happens when you go too quick. And because we're working in that field, traffic on the road stopped. Where'd it go? Sugar cane everywhere. And I parked too close. Right, about here, wheel track on the last one. There we go. If anything a little bit further away, done. So I want to put the tractor, as you can see on my wheel track, I'm going to have the center of the tractor in my last wheel track. Start ploughing. Okay, we actually don't plough. We run in this area because we're more of a dry land, worrying about natural farm. Over that, pretty much ploughing is a non-existent thing in this area. Got rid of the plough probably 30 years ago. What we do is we run a no-till to zero-till farming enterprise, or no-till they call it, or yes, zero-till now. I don't understand that bit exactly. I think it's more tillage and turning of the soil. So we don't turn the soil. We use direct drills and leave last year's straw standing. So when you cut off your harvest, you always have a little bit of straw left standing. So most of the straw goes into a row or spread across the field, the paddock. But you have a little bit of straw left standing in the wheat harvest. And so instead of cultivating it or ploughing it away, what we do is pretty much run a direct drill and let it and seed it straight into right about I try and work on in between last year. So we work on a foot spacing. So say if you're working, so those rows, the lumps, one plant is about a foot away. So going straight up the paddock is alright, but going across the paddock, we're about a foot away, and I try and plant in the middle of last year's straw. So the straw uses as a wind frost prevention and protects the new crop when it comes up. So that's basically how we zero till, is we leave last year's straw standing and we try and seed down the middle for this year. And basically we started planting today. So for the next 6 weeks or so we're going to be planting. Do I know anything about South Australia farming? South Australia farming, I hear, is very similar to the way we do it here in the West. So, no, I don't exactly know. I do know of people that have gone and farmed over there, as it worked for other people over there. And I've heard they do it very similar to the way we do it. It's all pretty much the same way, it's just how you do things. So it's like the whole learning of doing things different on Farming Simulator is learning that Europeans and Americans, cultivate their fields, cultivate the straw away, or plough the fields more often, where we do like subsoil preparing. So we have like a deep ripper that rips 500 mil deep and make the soil nice and soft. Yeah, there we go. This is where you need to be. Come on. No. Oh, go in the rear one then, if you must. It is a bizarre zone. $100 and you haven't even harvested anything. 1400. Yeah, we're gonna stop the clock before the sun goes down. Well, that worked. Come on. I got it under it. It's too close now, I'm too far away. Turn the wrong way. Let's back this up. Try again. It should be this line. Yeah, no, too close. Oh, why does it so have to be perfect or not? It should be work right. Picky drivers. S860. So about five John Deere harvesters. Right. Yeah, there. I don't know. It's a bit weird. It's just a harvester. You wouldn't get closer than 20 meters. It's the 10 meter front. Probably. Well, ours are 12, 13 meter front. So be lucky to get close. But it, yeah, definitely. You sit in the machine for a lot longer, especially when they're not harvesting like this. This is. Come on. It's got the options of moving around. Now let's do a lap. See where it ends up. I thought it'd be better having the proper grain cart, but it's not much better. Need something with yeah, where its collision is a bit different. So I know we had it on that side. I got it good going the other way. It's just this way I'm not going very good. It's like we get it too close all the time, isn't it? Should easily fit in the front one. Ah, cabbages and canola. Canola's a good crop. I like canola. The bugs and the pollen can get up your nose, but I don't mind canola. I grow canola. I wish we did have a sugarcane harvester like the silage harvester where you could put it in the back of us. I was trying to be smart and use the auto harvester, but what's this one like? I just remembered we have this one because it was going to be cheaper. Yes, it's got a hitch on the back, so why don't we try and lease that? We'll do it all as one. We'll see what happens. We'll see. I reckon we garage lease items. Give it back. I was trying to be cheaper to not yeah, because it's in use. Oh, come on. Wouldn't unload, that's why. Because it's being a smarty pants. What was the other options? There's some few options you can do on this. Lift control I, what does that do? Nothing, because it's not doing anything. Ah, there it goes. We've got a pile of sugarcane on the ground. My favourite crop would have to be... I actually like lupins, but not many people know much about it, which is more like a... that's a... more like a soybean. No, it's gone now. So, yeah, so my favourite crop would be, yeah, lupins. It's just like a, yeah, it's like a soybean or that sort of plant. It's, got that flower to it. It's, yeah, a bean. It's a legume. And that's me driving into a truck. That's not very clever. You drive into a tree. So we've been in live for almost an hour. That's good going. And and I still haven't got the harvest done. I thought this was going to be quick and easy. You know, hire a worker, put them on the harvester. At school I'm doing the grain theme for home ec. Yep. Well... no. I know a lot about wheat. It's pretty much that's our main plant. We put over, I'd probably say near on 80% of our crop is wheat. We have a little bit of barley, a little bit of lupins, and a little bit of canola. It's just to change it all up a bit. So I wonder how we're going to go with this. It's got a hitch on the back, so we'll see if we can hook something else onto it. I wonder if we can hook our other trailer. How good is it? IT runner. Real life collisions. I think it's going to be pretty hard to get the collisions correct. Yes, we're set. I reckon we can get this harvest down now. All you did was look up tractors and harvesters. There. I guess that's one way of doing it. You can do tractors, harvesters. You can confuse everyone and throw spraying into it. Do a field rotation. Yeah, we rotate most of our fields between, like I said, we grow some canola and stuff and that. The main reason besides what for that purpose is, instead of just putting in wheat after wheat, you use the same chemicals to kill the weeds in the crop. When you say put a canola crop in, you can use different chemicals to kill the weeds. And to get the weed control correct, we basically plant canola to help bring the weed control down, and also give a break in other different, you know, the ground and everything like that, and look after it. And then to go further on to break what of your crops and stuff, you can throw livestock, have some sheep in it, and what that does is basically put a pasture crop on it for your livestock, and that will give you the ability of, you know, allowing the soil to have a rest and build all the nutrients up in the soil from leaving it out for a year and letting all your nutrients and everything build up before you put in your crop for next year, and you notice the benefit and yield increase on the next year. Okay, so if we go in, no, this button, what do we got? Pipe out, OV, what's it on? B. I don't know where the, because I push O, because I got the thing on. There we go. Put on the controller, that works. I was wondering where my menu went to. Yeah, we can. Now we make it look easy. Should have done this the first time. Who do you sell your crops to? We sell it. We basically, what we have is a system where our cooperative bulk handling system. So we pretty much put our crop into our local wheat bin, crop bin, pretty much. So our area, so all the farmers in our area drop the bin up, wheat or grains off there, and they different segregations between different grains and everything like that. And then once we've done that, is we rest is online. Yeah, this harvester is a lot more effective. Except for we can only go one way around a field. Oh well. Round and round it is, with no more up and bags. Luckily we got crop destruction on just to fill in the rest of the holes. If you're worried about losses and everything, we probably shouldn't have crop destruction on, so then we could harvest all of it. it is a lot easier this. Easy, easy. Wonder how full we can get it now. Ah, the bug. So that's the Russian wheat aphid. Supposedly it's pretty easy to handle. It's a bug that eats your wheat crop when it's young. So if you notice your wheat crop dying at a young age, it's very similar to like the red legs bug. It basically, as a young wheat plant, what it does is attack it, then eats the leaves off. So your primary leaf is only your first leaves, and once if a bug eats that and destroys that, then that's like the main guts of the plant. That primary leaf is there for the whole time, and you pretty much kill the plant. So we have other bugs that do similar things, but it's just more of a management tool. Supposedly the Russian wheat aphid isn't an issue, doesn't lock us out of anything. But it's easy not worrying about it, because then it's another spray I don't have to do. So if we did have it, or we'll be one of the first in this state. I know there's some in other areas, and I think South Australia has the Russian wheat aphid. It's not a very good thing to have. But it's one of those things we deal with if it happens. How long does it take? I think wheat is worked on as a 90-day plant. So if I plant it now, April, May, we try and have it planted by May. We're normally harvesting in October, November, mid-October. So that's 6 months. Yep, about that. That's how it grows in our area. On a wet, cold year, it takes longer to grow. On a hot, warmer, dry year. To become a farmer, there's no requirements to become a farmer. It's not like say a mechanic's trade or something where you got to do a course to do it. Farmers, there is no requirements to be a farmer. In this country anyway. I think in other countries you've got to have some skills or some courses you've got to do. Oh, because we're in the wrong trailer now. It only loads the front trailer. We've worked out an issue with this harvester already. Okay, well what we do is pull this over here. There we go. I reckon if we put it on this one and go boom, pipe in. Oh. This is what we're going for. I worked out the effort. So yeah, well my life story on how I became a farmer, well, pretty much was born into it. I'm 4th generation on this farm, so that's so not as such as a born to it as. So if we empty this grain bin, I didn't get close enough. Actually drives pretty straight until I jackknife it. Okay. Oh. Yep, that's on the ground. Okay, what are we gonna do? Let's go. I reckon we might just save this bit for later. If I drop it, then we fill the next one up, and then we can go and unload the next one. I think I'm now making this pretty hard, look difficult. I thought it was going to be easy. Yep. Could be cotton. We could be sitting here harvesting for ages and not make two, maybe one bale out of this field. No, my luck, it'd probably only be half a bale. We're going to get it in the center. Around more. This way more. Too much. Steady, 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 steady. Got it. Around we go. And then I'm taking the crop out. That was clever. I'm thinking just for this purpose, we're going to turn off crop destruction. Just so I'll stop taking out the crop. No. What do we want? We want to lower. That one. All set. Harvesting should be right as rain. Here we go. Easy as. Finally. I think we're back to one trailer now. We probably can return these two leased ones now and go back to the IT runner. I'll have to check the sizes. Now we've got it to be a lot more effective. So back to my life story is, yep, basically born into a family farm. So, yep, 4th generation farmer. And what I did, so I left school. So I actually did school, went for a lot. So learned to read and write and all that sort of stuff. And then once I left school, I went and did an apprenticeship. So I'm as a mechanic, so I'm a qualified mechanic. So I did that, been a mechanic for a few years, and then I came home to the family farm. So I'm here now as a mechanic, qualified for that, and here with my parents and my brother, basically helping out run the farm. And everything else farming wise, I've learnt from my dad, and everywhere else we've learnt from it. So we go into an agronomist and other farming support people that are around in this community to help us and provide off information, and most of the time it's actually from our neighbouring farmers that farm the similar ways to we do. So we all learn. So if one makes a mistake, we try not to copy the neighbour. There's no point two of us making the same mistake. Well, that's what I work on anyway. But that's pretty much where I've learned everything I do for farming, and I do have ways of working things out. So easy if I don't have an understanding. I say I'm an agronomist, bring that. I do have a few books and stuff here with basically I'd call general, more advanced farming knowledge. So what chemicals I should be using, rates, all that sort of stuff. Pretty much, best time for planting. So there's a lot of trial groups go on, trial things and data and all that sort of stuff gets put in. So other people go and work out when they think it's the best time, and they plant, say, the wheat crop at multiple times of the year and work out or multiple dates within the planting couple of months, and to see which was the best one. So that's where basically which I've learnt the best date to planting is because we don't want to plant it too early. So we got to we work on planting early enough so we can maximise all our winter rainfall, but we don't want to plant too early where in the winter the wheat starts flowering and then a cold frost comes through, and then a frost will come through and basically kill the wheat plant. Then the flowering and all the wheat is dead, and then we basically don't have it. Go to harvest and they harvest nothing. So frost is a bad issue because it pretty much wipes you out, and it's a environmental issue you can do nothing about. So we don't want to plant too early. Planting too late, you don't get all the rain, you know, in the prime growing time of the plant, the wheat plant, and therefore your yield drops off quite a bit. So having the best planting date tries and sets you up for the whole year. Obviously, depending on how good of year you have. If you have a high rainfall year, it doesn't really matter. If you have a low rainfall year, everything is crucial. You know, depends on what chemicals you do. If you put a chemical on to kill the weeds and it hurts your wheat crop, and you don't have much rain, so your crop's not healthy enough, you just about can kill your wheat plant. So you got to be pretty careful. Or having too high of a rate, so you try and back your rate off so it's not too strong. Enough to kill the weed, but not enough to kill the wheat. Yeah, there's some farming problems. But we're getting this harvest done pretty quick now. At 1 metre a time. You'd think the self-propelled one would be a lot better, about a couple of metres, but like I see, us upgrading to 2 of these harvesters, or maybe 3 like this, and the carters that just come along and you all stop and flip the wagon over into it. It's the way to deal with this sugarcane. I reckon we could try and get this to road train it up. See if we can get it all in 3 trailers. There we are. This is pretty much Farming Simulator. I'm actually running out of things to talk about. That's a first. I did have some other ideas what to be. It's faster than that helper, yeah. Yeah, not stopping as often. But it just makes it. Yeah, this is like 1 at a time, isn't it? It's like a 1 metre width. The self-propelled is 2, but it doesn't really work. So if we got the bigger trailer, I reckon we'd just about be in all as one. We need to work out our size, volumes, so we can try and be all in one. The only way I've learnt to work this stuff out is by doing it. Oh, it's crop destruction off, so why do I keep pulling away? We can start cutting corners and harvesting it around. That whole time turning out is why I don't like turning that way. You're not harvesting. It's all about time harvesting. What is it? Oh, I'm not. I think we've got a lot to clean up by the end of this. I would have no clue what to droven if I learnt for months. Okay. I don't know. That awkward silence makes it so nice. At least it's filling up. Like, we're at 70% already. Should make some money now. Got to make some cash. I was thinking next one. I'm right. Hopefully we get a new map soon, which I'm really keen on doing from MJ Modding. I actually can't wait for that map. Oh yeah, do even? Okay. There, that gets it, the space V. What to do even if I learnt it for months? Yeah, if you learnt it, you know what to do then. You just got to trust in what you know, and it's a lot of trial and error with farming, or even Farming Simulator's trial and error. You pretty much give it a go and see what happens. It's like we did here, we leased out multiple vehicles and saw what worked the most effective. And sitting with this one works the best. I reckon next time we can do it, we can really get it a lot better. I reckon multiplayer like this would be good. 91%. You've got to watch it. Oh, missed the corner there. The worst bit about this is, see, I like having the weeds pop up like this, nice and random, not through the field. So then you know, if you don't look after your weed population, it should slowly build up. So you don't want 100% weeds. You know, they come up at 50% scattered across the field and stuff like that. That would be good. Like, these weeds germinate very quickly. They need to be almost a day after you know, harvest the field. Almost there. There we go. 100%. See, this is why I end up with it as a time lapse, because all that mucking around I can cut out in the video editing side of it. So I work out what I want, and then I time lapse me harvesting it. So sometimes you notice I do little things, but most of it's actually pretty much just time lapse. I harvest for about 2 hours, maybe 3 hours worth of gameplay, and then I time lapse it up, put some music to it to make it enjoyable. Just down here where most fields in South Australia, I have a bad thing that down happened. I wouldn't know where to go. Yeah. Alright, it's not. You can learn how to farm and everything in real life farming and stuff. And Farming Simulator does have the basics of farming pretty accurate, and they've got to have it pretty good set up for it. So you do pretty much harvest, plant, look after your fields, and it's getting more and more complex as more and more people playing. Like, if the first Farming Simulator game was to buy 19, because you learnt what you've learnt. You know, I would understand what to do, and the help menu would be very, very used. But if you didn't learn what to do, say from FS13 or watching other Farming Simulator videos, then coming into 19 with all these different add-ons, can get very confused, especially if you threw seasons into it and started making it a bit more complex game. You got a big hit. So Farming Simulator follows the basic principles of farming, but without being too overly complex that no one can understand. So they did bring a mod out in FS15, like, where you had to work out your chemical rates, what chemicals went on, your nitrogen, all your different important values that are real life, but no one understood it. So the mod didn't really take off. That's why it never followed the 17. That's why it's never followed the 19. Well, 19 hasn't been around that long, but that's where it is at with it. We can cut the corner. That sign. So you got to have. I reckon it's pretty good to where they are, but I reckon the game's lost without seasons. Seasons is definitely one of the biggest improvements we have. It But I think you need to, I reckon one of the next best mods would be is to have like a variable yield. So your yields are pretty variable as it is, so you know you get a 10% reduction. But I reckon it almost need to be via plot, so it's not by overall field production drop by 10%. It's like plot by land, and you can throw in rainfall, and you throw in like, so as with the seasons mod, depending on how the season is going, depending on your yield of your plant. So you've got to be smart to not spend money on a bad season, but you can afford in your machine on a good season. If they brought that into the game, it's very basic, very simple to work out. It just creates another layer of managing your money a lot more effective. So I don't find it, so yeah, you got to manage your money anyway as it is, but it'll just make it a little bit more complex, and I reckon that'd be a good thing for the game. That will make it feel that extra realism of, you know, playing the seasons, working out everything correctly, that you don't get now. If they had that in FS, it'd be like one of the best. It'd be very, very good. So where we go? I reckon we go to the side here, and we just about get it. Nope. Maybe we'll drive over the center. If we don't get it, then we will. And this is probably not even unload in here, will it? No. We'll change it in a second. There'd have to be a way to unload this. I reckon we just about tip it onto it. What's the worst can happen? Be like putting the harvester over sale point. Wrong trailer. Oh, there we go. I don't know why I'm going up, but I reckon it'll look cool. Yeah, it's already been an hour. Yeah, hour and 10 minutes judging by my clock. Yep, that's selling like that. There we go, done. Been a whole hour just farming. I got it. There you go. We just about tip it straight over without having to go up. How's that for some money? While this unloads, let's have a little look. So that hooks on. So what do we end up? If we go to garage, owned, how big's my container? 4,500. Well, that's pretty good effort. We're there 38 or 28. Oh, okay. What's that one? 66. Ooh. Because you only could have one. Okay. So maybe having the IT runner is probably the easiest way of doing it. Plus I already own it, so we stop with the lease payments. We'll return these on the way past then. Turn these on the way past. I think we got just about time to do one more load. Maybe, and then I reckon we're just about done. We'll have to, obviously I'll have to make another time-lapse video, maybe, or next week's stream. If Peterville Farm does not come out, I want by next week, I'll be doing sugarcane again. Yay! I'm hoping to try and get all this done, then work out how much money I have, so we can look back to the start and say yes, we made some money, so I can pay off that $300,000 debt. Pretty much what we're done with the planting and everything. So if I did what I did over and over again, keep planting, but I just kept trying out different things. We just make a bit of profit slowly with everything, but the profit is going up. Still notice silage to be one of the best paying things on this game, and supposedly these carts are pretty good for silage. We'll return these so we stop paying. That probably is not enough, but we'll see how good the zone is. Good, it got the perfect. Bye. If I get off my phone, we won't drive into the pond. Water, that water looks good. I reckon I need to learn how to put that onto my farm, that water. So hopefully I get it sort of like that. The next thing I want to do on my farm is learn how to make roads. So I've got a road as such, but I don't have a road like this road. I've only got a road as a texture, like a gravel texture. If I work out how to make a road, and I work out how to put, I'm kind of want to put an Australian texture into it to make it nice and red on my farm. But the problem is you'll end up with just dirt, and with the dirt across the whole farm, it looks very boring and bland. Because I want it, but I want to use. I should get away with adding another texture into it. I don't want to not spend so much. I don't want to put lots of custom things into it, because I find with the custom maps, what happens is they've got all these other things your computer has to load. When it's the Giants one, it's already in the game files, and Giants textures and everything run pretty good. Solid skid load, I think it is so hard to control as it's bearing in the middle. Ah, yeah, turning. Yeah, so I want to try and keep on my map everything to as base game, just in different layout. Yeah, I've got some form of roads. It's just not with a white line at the middle of it, but I might end up as it is with the gravel or asphalt down it. So then, yeah, you got a clear road layout, and so it's got this, you know, green versus clear dirt sort of. Oh, wrong one. We can't get that right. Harvesting weight? Yep, we're on it. I think we need a bit more horsepower, but other than that. So with the map, yeah, I'm trying to make it as so all, you know, layout as it is in Australia, where my farm, and you know, different trees and all that stuff. But yeah, wide fences, I want to add them into it, but I want to try and get, like I said, I want to try and make all the game as base game setup as possible, so the game runs smoothly. It's pretty much like running a standard map, but just with everything in a different position. So it should be, hopefully, less errors, more effective. And if I get it right and get it uploaded to give it to Giants, and they can do all their testing and it pass all that easy. With most base game, you know, that it shouldn't be any different to a normal base game as such. Like, the map should be very, very effective and shouldn't have as too many. I'm hoping not to have as many issues, but yet to learn. So I'm just playing with. So I do most of it with just different textures and stuff. So with it, what textures? So just different layout, and you know, to try and get the feel of farming correct, the way it farms. But with them, so pretty much if Australia was in Europe like this, so if my farm was in Europe, this is pretty much where it'd end up. Also with a bit of like, yeah, I got my farm that, but instead of, actually there's a little bit of what I want in it out of it as well. So I might get away putting a, you know, bitumen road to the front gate, get away with it on Farming Simulator, where I'll never get it in real life, but it'd be cool to have. And also we'll define where the tracks versus roads are. So there are major roads, but we don't have a brown texture on the game. The only brown texture is the tracks, so I can have the tracks marked out, but that's the brown texture for the roads. So otherwise, that's what, if I put it all brown, it'll be brown everywhere. I got it. That's why I went for the green grass, because there is grass, and I would like to put some weeds along the side, but we'll see how we go. I might just add a few of the other plants. So you get the green grass with the brown. It stands out very nice, and it looks good. And with the roads marked out as a gravel or the asphalt looking road. That'd be, you're still using base game textures and everything. Almost a dream farm. Yeah, pretty much. It is a game, so I can make it wherever I want. So I might as well make it as a dream farm. So yeah, it's my farm, but as a dream farm. That's what I was going for. Yep, jackknifed. Got it. Finally getting into this harvest. It's only taken an hour, but we got it all organised. Alright. Nice. I went around again, didn't I? Whole point, I just don't like driving over crops. Oh, the header on their header trailer? That's always good fun going backwards. You can guarantee jackknife that. The header on the front, it's a bit hard to jackknife because it's fixed. So yeah. Going backwards, yeah, I can understand jackknifing it. Forwards, it's a bit harder to do. But I got it with that because it's got the 2 turning points and such a short drawbar on the IT runner makes it very easy or very difficult to keep straight. You have to turn sharp, really. We should try and get a screenshot. Whoop. How do I go harvesting downhill? Pretty much the same way I go uphill, just faster. There you go, right around the corner. At least we go faster. It was only 9k's in the case. We're going to have to find a straight edge so I can get a nice screenshot. Cut it. Cut the corner. Round we go. Round we go. Part of me wants to get like one that's 600 horsepower or 11. We should get like. Imagine harvesting it with the big bud. No shortage of horsepower out of that, but we will run over more than what we'll be harvesting. Kind of keen on trying to get to harvest downhill in real life. Don't have big hills in this area, so pretty much no, I don't. There is like 1% and 2%ers. So the new combine automatically changes the machine settings if you have the downhill set right, but we don't have downhill, so we get like a 2 degree downhill versus 4 degrees, so it's nothing serious. But if you're going downhill harvesting, easiest way to do it is downhill. You put the load further on. Whereas downhill, you throw your fans. I think you drop your fan speed going downhill. So if you drop your fan to 50 RPM on your machine cleaning fan on your machine to help because the product's falling down a lot easier, so it doesn't require as much fan speed to mix it around. And then going uphill, you give it an extra 50 RPM to help blow it around so that it can separate clean a lot easier. Or it's the other way around. Downhill you have it up, uphill you have it down. One of the two. but that's pretty much the only machine settings. The other machine setting you could do, if you had a really serious downhill, you can start closing your grain chaffer off, so your top sieve, top chaffer, and your combine to carve it all down. So that's pretty much what I'll do for my machine settings in the harvester. Other than that, there's no changes. You could work on lifting your front or whatever to get your straw height the same for real life harvesting, but like I said, we're a pretty flat area, so I don't have an issue with anything. All the settings are pretty much stay the same. Everything stays the same because it's downhills versus the same as uphill in this area versus the same as going across it. I reckon we're too close to the crop. That's my issue. There you go. If we get it right, we can take a picture. If we get the right angle. I think we're just about. There you go. Look, we get this right. Zoom in here. Take a screenshot. Load that. I went for a drive and saw a massive hill that went down a 3-meter bank, break, and then back up again. Yeah, pretty short, sudden drops. Have had things like that, but they're more man-made. Nothing natural. Those ones, yeah, the harvesters are pretty good. I have got them stuck before when we've had a heap of rain before trying to harvest the crop, because you don't want to get water damage on it all because it'll start growing again. So you got to get it off before it rains. And we've had a heap of rain once, and when I've got the header box full, so you got a lot of grain in the back, and then going along, I've kind of found a soft patch and buried the harvester, and there we were. We had to unload it into an auger wagon, and then once we got it unloaded, then I was able to pretty much hook the tractor on the back and pull it with a big chain and pull it out. So wasn't too bad once we got it all unloaded and tried to not get the auger wagon stuck and all those sorts of fun and games, and then just try not to get the harvester stuck again in a similar spot. So that's more fun. That's more like more complicated than driving it in a hill, worrying about where the harvester is going to get stuck. So, but besides that, they go up and down everything. If you've got traction on it, so if there's not muddy tyres, harvesters go in some pretty crazy areas. Pretty solid. It's normally a weight thing. Normally the rear just goes boom. The front tyres, your main driving tyres, are pretty good. So a hill, as long as your front can go over it without smashing your front into the header front into the ground and damaging it, you can just go up and down it. Well, halfway, almost an hour and a half watching long stream. Oh, look at that hill picture. Wow, that's cool. We can try and get this right. So, have you ever had a load fall on the cab? Yes, but that wasn't. More of I had it full, and then I came to a sudden stop, and what I did was pretty much it came to a stop, and then just the load, because it was all piled up in a nice pile, and the pile fell down and just got grain on the cab. Same as the worst one I ever did was actually loading along, full alarm buzzers off, trying to get the box absolute full because the auger wagon was taking its time to get to me, and I was just harvesting along, so pretty much over 100% full, right on it, and then it sort of got that full, it started coming on the cab and over the sides, everything. It was chockers. So so I just kept, I had to stop, and I had to control it, so I couldn't stop suddenly, because then the whole lot, and I'll lose like a ton of weight on the ground instead of just a couple of grains in each side. That was the worst bit. So it wasn't a bump as such, as much as I was full and I had to stop, but over full. So then the more you harvest, the more it was just pushing out, and you couldn't turn the machine off quick enough to stop it going over the top, and then you had to be extra gentle. There we go. That's an awesome picture right there. And on that, I think I'm going to leave it there. So thanks for watching. Thanks for everyone else that has ever watches this afterwards. But thanks a lot for Waffle Slime for being through here with me. Thanks for everything. Everyone else who ever watches later, yep. Thanks for coming and having another look later on. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Catch everyone next time. Bye.